Hello and a very warm welcome. Now, let's talk about the King's Lynn racer, George Russell. You know my thoughts on George Russell. Future world champion, 100%. But is he being mistreated? I believe so. I find it absolutely criminal of the highest level that George Russell is still at Williams. I mean, I don't agree with this whatsoever. When I'm looking at the grid and George Russell's in a Williams, he should be in that Mercedes alongside Lewis Hamilton. But we keep repeating ourselves and saying it, but Russell never seems to get his opportunity. And why is it? Because there's a good environment in Mercedes and they don't want to break it up. Now, I strongly believe Lewis Hamilton will become an 8-time world champion, and something's telling me in my heart of hearts he's going to retire on top as the most successful driver with championships. That will free up a seat. Now, do Mercedes go for a total new driver lineup, Russell, Max, or do they stick with Valtteri? And Valtteri finally gets a chance to go for the title. We all know he never beats Lewis in a month of Sundays. George Russell has been mistreated. He's been in the Mercedes ranks for ages. GP3 champion, GP2 champion, battered Kubica, battered Latifi, will batter Latifi again. And when he got his chance in Mercedes, he delivered at Sakhir. And he schooled Valtteri Bottas. George Russell stepped into the car for the first time. And he took Bottas to school. And this is a car that was not built for George Russell's needs. He even had to wear a size lower shoe. I think he is a quality driver. Now, F1 is got a lot of young drivers who you look: Schumacher, Russell, Max, Leclerc, Ocon, Norris. These drivers, it's great to see Formula One will have these drivers for years and years, but it's absolutely criminal for me that George Russell has not been given his opportunity. And if he, maybe George Russell, now I know Mercedes have been a big influence in his career and he's been under the guidance of Toto Wolff, but if Russell is not going to be given his opportunity, maybe he has to look elsewhere. And go by himself, because he's clearly been mistreated. He's done everything he needs to do to guarantee a promotion to the top team, and they still don't give him his opportunity. It's absolutely criminal. And they won't give him his opportunity because they don't want a toxic environment like Nico Rosberg Hamilton. Or is the truth behind Lewis Hamilton blocking George Russell coming to the team? But in my heart of hearts, I believe Lewis Hamilton wins the title 100%. And I think maybe he goes out on the top. He retires on top as an 8-time champion, the most successful. And then big rumours about Max going to Mercedes. But will Max now stay with Red Bull now they've secured the engine deal? Russell, 100%. And I fully believe if Hamilton does retire and Russell goes up against Bottas, Russell will beat Bottas. 100%. I've said time and time again, I'm a big fan of George Russell, and I believe after Lewis Hamilton, he is the next UK champion. This is a guy who beat Alexander Albon and Lando Norris in GP2. What's his reward? The shittest car on the grid. And then not only in the shittest car on the grid, he destroys his teammates, Kubica, Latifi. And to top it all off, he keeps getting in Q2 when the car really shouldn't be in Q2. But yeah, what George Russell needs to do this season is he needs to keep performing, beating Latifi, keep getting into Q2. But the one thing he has to do this season is score a point in the Williams. He should have got it at Imola, and he made the mistake. He literally can only blame himself. He dropped it, and that was his mistake. But George Russell is being mistreated. He's being mistreated. It's absolutely criminal that, again, he has to do another season in Williams. And he hasn't been promoted. I mean, what more does he need to do? I mean, he's done everything he needs to do to guarantee that seat. And yet again, wingman Valtteri Bottas conning the seat for another year. And everyone will tune into the 2021 season. As I say, Valtteri will probably come back fired up, win the first race, non-existent for the rest of the season. He'll probably win at Russia, and the championship will be done and dusted with 3 or 4 races to go. Wow. I'm stunned, I'm staggered, it's sickening. I mean, George Russell, he's literally everything. He's good in the media, he's good in debrief, he's bloody quick, he's a great qualifier, great racer. Like, and he's got so many fans. It's like, I'm 100% straight as straight as they come, but he's also got many fans. All these topless selfies, like massive female fan population for George Russell. He literally is the perfect F1 driver, like for a media. He literally is the F1 poster boy, isn't he, really? He just is everything you want from an F1 driver. But yeah, yet again, he still doesn't get his opportunity. Comment down below, would love to know your thoughts on the Kings Lynn born racer. Just had his birthday as well. Happy birthday to George Russell.